Hi everyone, I'm so thrilled to have Malini Agarwal with me today, the OG influencer and author, the founder of MissMalini Entertainment. And it's such a privilege and honor to have her on this episode with me. And today we're going to brush on some points about her early life and her journey and how she became a phenomenon in the social media world. So over to you, Malini. Let's talk about a little bit about brief on your early life.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I think I've talked about this quite a bit. I've even written a book on it, but my early life was kind of all over the world. My father was an Indian diplomat. So I was born in India, but I grew up in Somalia, Lebanon, Greece, Bulgaria, Germany, Ivory Coast. Every 3 years we moved. And then when I was 17, he retired. And so I lived in Delhi for 6 years. And that's where I started my career in entertainment as Sukhbir's backup dancer more than 30 years ago.
Okay. And can you also tell me a little bit about your book, which you've just written? You're like a fantastic author. I believe this is your second book. So
Yes, it is.
I want to know a little bit about Under the Influence and what are the insights which one should take home.
So my second book, Under the Influence, is kind of, I guess, a sequel to the first one, which was To the Moon, How I Blogged My Way to Bollywood. This book really is about my 15-year journey online and what the experience was like and all the things I've learned and all the mistakes I've made because people may have made them too. So it's kind of a guidebook on how to survive and thrive online. And I think it's very relevant, especially for people who are pursuing a career as content creators or influencers, but even for anyone who has to spend a lot of time on the internet or even uses it socially, because it's, something that we have never been trained or taught to do, or there was no class in school that taught us how to deal with things like trolling or this overwhelming desire for dopamine of likes and followers. So it kind of unpacks all of that. And I'm really glad that, people have received it well and that it's something that is helping.
Great, great. And also, Malini, tell me, where is this book available? Like someone wants to purchase it, where could they purchase it? And
Sure. It's in all major bookstores. You can get it on Amazon Books, pretty much online across the world, everywhere. If you just Google Under the Influence by Malini Agarwal, it'll pop up.
oh, great. Also, Malini, about your new social media platform, a good creator company which you have. Can you tell me a little bit about that? And also for if new content creators or digital creators want to join that platform, what is the
Sure.
way and the procedure a little bit on that as well?
So there's an app called the Good Creator Co., which is kind of a large ecosystem for upcoming influencers and creators. You can feed in your information and various campaigns from within our family of brands, which is the Good Brands, which is everything from Baby Chakra to Mom's Co to My Glam to Saint Botanica. You can get campaigns for that, but also external campaigns. There's lots of opportunities there. The other thing that I've started is called MissMalini Creator Squad, which I believe you're a part of as
Yeah.
well.
Yes.
And to join that, you can just visit my personal Instagram, Malini Agarwal, and there's a pinned reel where you can leave a comment, and we keep adding people to the squad from that. And I personally plan to get into, mentorship and doing some fun master classes for the squad soon.
Wow, nice. What do you think, Malini? What is the next for social media? As in, like, what do you think the future looks like?
I think it's going to be really interesting because there's going to be a lot of AI. Already we're seeing that happening. A lot of, VR technology, a lot of immersive content. I think that we've only just scratched the surface, and already you're seeing such a huge shift that's come from the, smart technology and artificial intelligence that it's hard to predict, but there's going to be a lot of changes, a lot of evolution. And I think we're already seeing that.
And what do you prefer? Like, do you like video-based content, photo-based content, or text-based content? What is your preferred content?
I like a mix, honestly. I love watching reels like everyone else, so I'll do that scroll. But I also love to read. I've always been a voracious reader, and now we're reading, whether it's quotable quotes or microblogging on platforms like Threads or X. You see a lot of that too. So I like all kinds of mix of content. It's more what the content is about than how it's presented for me.
And if you had to change anything about social media today, what would that be?
I mean, I don't know if I'd change anything about social media. I think I would change how we use it. Even if you look back at the history of why the Facebook like button was invented, it was to spread positivity and acknowledge each other. But now it's become a competition. So I think it's really more about our attitude towards social media. And, we can't just look at social media as this toxic environment. Another creator friend of mine, King of Club, says this all the time, that, the internet is not some alien species that has showed up. We are the internet. We are social media. So it's just a matter of using social media correctly. I think we can still do that. And that's kind of why I wrote that book.
So if I have to ask you in a day, how much time do you spend on social media? What would your answer be?
Probably too much, like us, all of us.
Okay, I'm going to do a quick rapid fire round with you, just on you. So I want to know a little bit more personally about you. So if I have to ask Malini that, what is your favorite destination where you would go on any given day of the month?
I think the easiest for us is Goa because it's just a quick flight over. You don't have to do much planning. It's cheap and cheerful. So Goa is my quick fix.
And what would be your favorite restaurant? What is your go-to restaurant?
I'm not that much of a foodie, honestly, but I do love Japanese food. I just tried a brand new restaurant called Key in Lower Parel. The Lebanese food, Mediterranean food was great. So there's such a variety that it's hard to pick one.
And also, are you you got a sweet tooth? Like, what would be your favorite dessert if I would?
No, I like savory more, but sweet tooth, maybe growing up, I used to love imartis from Delhi and the Bengali markets.
Oh, lovely. Okay, and also I want to know, like, for a lot of social media content creators, the Gen Zs of today, if today there had to be one message from you to them, what would that be? And, how could they, a lot of people talk about algorithms and things like that. So what would your message directly to the Gen Z community and to our social media community would be?
I think that Gen Z and everyone who's on social media already knows that you feel good when you get good traction on your content and people acknowledge you. But I think that you need to focus more on how much joy it brought you to make that content. And I'll give you an example. I have a lot of, planned content that goes up on my feed. But just the other day, we were, trying the Toba step from, bad news, Vicky Kaushal step that everyone's doing, and made a fun impromptu reel. And that did really well. So sometimes it's a matter of trust your gut, trust your instinct, have fun. And when you have fun, it shows, and that will always perform.
Great, yeah. I just love the advice you give. And, I've been following you for a while, and, the kind of stuff you're doing on social media is just, so engaging, and it's so inspiring at the same time, So it's really lovely to check out all your updates and all the wonderful events which you're doing. So kudos to you and your entire team who's behind this. And I look forward to seeing you firstly in person soon. And thank you so much for giving this time and for this fire chat with you. And everyone, I'm sure, would be engaged and, would be really excited to see this episode coming out. So thank you once again, Malini, and thank you for giving your time.
You. And all the best. Take care.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Bye.
Bye.